Hey guys, and welcome back to the Sans Bricks. My name is Jevin, and now this is the second week of October, which means this is our second Spooky Bricks video. So for today's Halloween themed video, we're going to be making some Lego Brickhead monsters. So without further ado, let's get started. So for our first Brickhead monster, we have the Mummy. So now let me show you some of the more detailed parts of this thing. Here we have our Lego Mummy Brickhead. So let's start with the head. Just like with your typical Brickhead, these sides of the head are held onto by snot pieces. And like I've told you guys before, snot stands for studs not on top, which really just means that it has studs on the side. And so in the head here, I just have a bunch of snot bricks that go all the way around, connecting these panels onto it. Another thing you might notice on the heads is that I have some of these white plates going at different angles, and that is just to make it look like he's all wrapped up like a mummy would be. And also, in order to get this effect, I used a lot of 1x. For example, on the top of the head here, you can see I have a 1x4, a 1x3, a 1x1, a 1x4, a 1x2, a 1x2. And what that makes it look like is that it just is covered in a bunch of little strings of cloth. So moving on now to the body, you can see I used some of those gray tiles to kind of make it look like you can see the body underneath. I also used this technique on the head here, like you can see with the eye and where this tile connects. I used some of those gray 1x1s as well. And now if we take a look at the arms here, just like your normal brick head, they are also held on by snot bricks. And for the hands here, I just used your typical 2x2 brick with the clip right in the middle for the hands. So moving on from our mummy, we now come to the Frankenstein. So now let's take just a little bit of a closer look on this guy. So here we have our Frankenstein brickhead, and one of the things you might notice right off the bat is that his head is a little bit higher up, and that's because instead of using 4x4s for the face and sides and back of the head, I ended up actually using 4x5s because Frankenstein's head is a little bit taller than a regular person's. Also, his arms and legs are slightly longer as well. So here on the head, there isn't really a whole lot of complicated techniques. Like I said before, snot bricks inside the head holding on the panels. And down here I have a 2x2 plate with the one stud right in the middle, and that can then hold these kind of screws, you could almost think of them as, that come out of the sides of his head, which are really just made out of silver 1x1 rounds with then a silver 1x1 tile on the top. And then on the top of the head here, you can see I used 4 of these 1x1 plates with the claw extending from it to make up his hair. So now going down to the body, here you can see I have some of these 2x2 plates with then the top at the angle, and then underneath that you can see I just have this red section on his body, and then that kind of gives him almost his kind of jacket. And for the arms here, I have a 2x3 with a 2x2 and then the claw piece there that I showed you guys earlier to make up his slightly longer arms. So now moving on to our final brickhead, we come to the vampire. So let's take a closer look at this guy. So here we have our Dracula brickhead. So starting off at the top here, to make kind of the slicked back look, I used a lot of these 2x2 tiles with the rounded part so that it slopes upward. I use that a lot. I use it on the top, on the back here, and even on the sides to just give it a slicked back look. And also with the hair up at the top here, these are 2 of those 1x2 tiles with then the slanted edge on the top, just like we saw with Frankenstein a couple minutes ago. And one of the most noticeable things with the Dracula here is his fangs, which are just 2 of those 1x1 tiles with the claw coming off of it. Again, just like we saw in Frankenstein. The body here is very simple, just your regular Brickhead body, except for the sleeves of kind of his almost robe. I have a 2x2 brick, but then it has like that cheese wedge slope on it. And one last thing with this Brickhead is the cape and the collar. For this cape and collar here, I used on the edge here, we have a 2x3 brick with the sloped edge. Then we have a 3x3 plate with that rounded edge. And then in the middle here, we just have a 2x3 plate, and then the 3x3, and then the 2x3. And then for this cape here, you can see on the back here, we have the 3x3 here with the rounded edges. And then here we just have a 1x6 plate. On the back here, I have 4 of these 1x4 tiles with the slope right there. And then on the edge here, I just have 2 of those 1x3 sloped bricks. And then this just connects to his back using a snot brick. Alright guys, and so those are our Lego Brickheads. If you guys enjoyed this video, make sure you give it a thumbs up and comment down below what we should do next for our Spooky Bricks video. If you guys would like to watch more Sans Bricks, click one of these 2 videos to do so, and make sure you click up here to subscribe.